Hello and a very warm welcome to Ask Dr. M. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much for all your emails and messages that you've sent in with asking different questions. Obviously, there's been quite an overwhelming response, more so than what I actually expected for doing this for the first time. So what I've done is I've actually read through as many as I can, and as some are quite common themes, I've decided to take the most common type of questions, and also in the future I'll talk about certain topics that cover most people's questions, but either way I will get round to answering all of them in point as I cover different topics. And certainly my book Out of Your Comfort Zone does cover all the kind of questions that you do ask, so there's a point of a great resource that you can refer to anytime you need. Like, going on one of the questions I've had this week that seems a popular theme is, why do bad things keep happening to me? And that, to be honest, is a really great question, because I think we've all been at the point at some stage in our lives where we've had just a really bad run of things happening. Things sometimes just seem to go from bad to worse. But also this saying, things seem to happen in threes, isn't born out of nothing. So when I explain this, you'll see exactly why. And it's very simple to explain, and once you know this, then you really will have the keys to be able to change it, and I'll go through that quickly as well. So that's very exciting. And first of all, we'll say I'm very sorry to actually hear that bad things have been happening and people are on, they do feel that they're in bad spells of things. But the great news is we can change that. And the reason this happens is because it's actually the way the universe works, in terms of like attracts like, in terms of energy and particles. So for example, if something really bad happens and we get consumed in it, therefore we're giving it all our attention and deep down focus, then we start attracting more of it. So it goes for anything, this is negative or positive. The more we wholeheartedly give something our attention and focus, then we start to attract more of that. So obviously when something bad does happen and we're consumed in that, then unfortunately it just attracts more bad things. However, and more importantly, the really good thing is that we want to change this round so it's more positive things. So we just keep attracting those positive things coming towards us, so we can start attracting more abundance in our lives and more joyful things. So there are certain ways to do this. As I said, there's so many to mention that they are actually all listed in the book. However, I'm going to go through about 3 points today, so you've got something to go on, so you can see how powerful this is and how it actually can change your life around. So first of all, the key is to actually break this negative cycle of what you keep attracting, because it's easy to get sucked into it. It's like a black hole, as I'm sure you've obviously experienced, hence your question. So the way to really stop this cycle is to change your focus and to start thinking about what you can do about a situation and how you can really work this, what you can do rather than what's wrong. So a little phrase you can actually get used to keep saying to yourself is, it's just a challenge, I can deal with it. So rather than a problem and, oh no, what on earth am I going to do about something, or it's so bad and you're just focused on that, just say to yourself, it's just a challenge and I can deal with it. And then you'll start to think differently and you'll start to come up with solutions. So it's really thinking about what you can do about something, rather than what's wrong, or thinking about what do you want, what's the outcome that you really want to happen, rather than what if then this happens, or how bad something is, and how that's going. So it's really all about focus there. So if you just remember that phrase, it's just a challenge, I can deal with it. It starts you on a different track of thinking differently, and obviously when you think differently, you'll start to get different results. Another thing that you can do to actually change your focus around is to make a list of all the things that you're really grateful for, that you can show gratitude for. It doesn't matter how small it is or how big it is, all the things in your life that you are grateful for, because there's always something, you know, even if it's a roof over your head, if it's the job that you have, if it's an income stream, if it's your car, if it's your cat, if it's somebody that loves you, even if it's just having your dinner, you know, having the food to be able to eat, or even just being able to look outside in the garden, or some friends, great support you have. There's always something that you can be grateful for. And that starts to change your focus around. And when you're genuinely deep down grateful for that, you'll start to attract more of it in abundance again. And that's one of the best ways to actually start changing your focus, and it detracts from all bad stuff, which incidentally now you're thinking about, what can I do about it? All those proactive things you can do. Even if things aren't always desirable actions, it's a positive step forward of something that you can actually do. There's always a solution. That's a key to remember. So we've got the 2 points there. Get doing your gratitude list of everything you're grateful for. Now, in conjunction to that, it's also quite nice to have something what I call a gratitude rock, something that you can keep on you. So every time you experience something nice, something positive, and something that you're really grateful for, even if somebody just pays you a compliment and it makes you feel good, anything, again, no matter how small it is or how big it is, it's something that makes you feel good and generates those good positive feelings. And when you touch your gratitude rock and you really feel grateful for that, it's creating a positive trigger. So in the future, it's there as a reminder and something positive that can get your focus back to where it needs to be in a positive light, and focus on all the things that you do actually want and all the things you can do rather than what's wrong. It sounds very simple, but they're 3 very important keys. Even I have a gratitude rock because it's important for all of us, even if you're a very positive person, to keep it going, because we all have bad stuff that happens now and again, and you know, life's curveballs come at you, and they are challenges, and they're what we need to help build us up and to help us positively evolve and to move forward in life. So they're great for all of us. So the one I have is actually a nice little gem of jewels that I have as a keyring that I keep on my handbag. So every time I have something nice and positive that happens, for example, this week I did a fantastic event, and the book sold out, and lots of people came up to me and wanted their book signing. It was a network of fantastic women in business, a very inspirational group, as you've probably seen on all the other social media with the pictures. But certainly I had this little gratitude rock on my bag, and just taking a grasp of it and really feeling those feelings of what that was like, because it was really positive and nice that I was able to put my work out there and help so many other people. So for me, that's a great reminder, and to keep doing that whenever you have nice, good experiences. For example, later on today, I might go for a nice cocktail to celebrate the end of the week, and that will give me a nice feeling. I'll feel joyful and happy and very grateful I can go out and do that. So again, just another grasp of the gratitude rock and feeling that it just keeps compounding those great good feelings, and so when the curveballs in life do happen, it's about having that constant reminder there that actually things are good, and it can just detract your focus and keep you focused on the things you really want, and that breaks the cycle. So take these tips, go forward, create that positive change. And now, you know, that question of why do bad things keep happening to me is now transformed into, well, I now know why good things keep happening to me, and you've got to keep that focus and keep going. So that's it from me today, and I shall say have a fantastic week, and keep your questions coming in, and I'll work through those and work out the topics that are best to talk about that covers a broad spectrum of your questions, and I shall see you next week.